Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffi will advise Taylor not to let Brooke win. Ridge will also reply to Eric plot. Despite getting stuck in the vault with Taylor, Brooke managed to get out in time for her grand looker entrance. Once Ridge got a regard of Brooke in that revamped interpretation of her Portofino gown, he surely gave her a comforting look. Brooke and Ridge were on stage looking like a power couple by the end of the fashion show, so Eric will hope this means a reunion is on the horizon. Ridge may praise Eric for his look or surprise since Brooke has so numerous adoring suckers, but that doesn't mean he'll let his heart be manipulated. Although Eric will make another speech about Brooke being the only woman for Ridge, he'll remind his pater that he made a commitment to Taylor. Taylor will probably find herself pouting after witnessing Brooke's big moment. Steffi seems poised to console Taylor and offer a vim talk since she has faith in Ridge's love for her mama. Maybe Steffi will prompt Taylor to have a little faith in Ridge and trust that he'll honor the commitment he made. Steffi muscle rant about Brooke and Eric teaming up on that sneaky looker before averring Taylor can't let her rival palm. As far as Steffi's concerned, Taylor belongs with Ridge rather. Steffi might push Taylor to keep fighting for the future that both her parents earn, but Taylor may remain upset about the trouble Brooke poses. Although several crucial players will make prognostications about what path Ridge should head down, he's the bone who'll have to make a decision. All signs point to Ridge sticking with Taylor, so Brooke will face another round of desolation. Ridge will give Brooke updates on some tough news. Katie will defy Daphne over Steffi dirty work while Ridge rejects Brooke. For starters, Hope will decide to support Brooke's reunion charge, indeed if she doesn't really believe Ridge is the stylish man for her. Ridge and Hope have surely had some issues with each other recently, but Hope will put her own passions away. Since Brooke wants to be with Ridge, Hope will contend she wants that for her, too. Brooke will be glad to have Hope's support and will maintain that Ridge is her fortune, but Ridge will put up a fight when Eric pushes him toward his partner. Eric formerly tried to play matchmaker with that whole looker situation, but he'll also flat-out tell Ridge to go back to Brooke. Although Eric will still feel like Brooke and Ridge belong together, Ridge will argue that he's married to notoriety additional, the delicate Taylor. Brooke will ultimately speak with Ridge in private, but it doesn't look like she'll get the answer she's hoping for. A tough rejection should be on the way for Brooke rather since we know she'll be lost and lonely when Nick shows up to comfort her down the road. Katie will defy Daphne and ask if she's only in Los Angeles to do Steffi's dirty work. It sounds like Katie could hang to unmask the news of Steffi and Daphne's sneaky cooperation despite the real passions Daphne's developed for Carter. Speaking of Carter, he'll make another hopeless plea to Hope. Carter will supplicate Hope to say she wants him as much as he wants her. Will Hope make that admission or make it clear that this reunion isn't passing rather? Carter will have further prognostications about their happy future if Hope would just delve in and let them get their relationship back on track. Once Katie exposes Daphne's plot with Steffi, that could make Carter indeed more convinced that he has to fight for Hope. Carter will do whatever he can to make Hope see effects his way. Brooke escaped in time to bedazzle Ridge on the runway while jealous Taylor watched. At the fashion show the models twirled and let Daphne spices glide over to all the guests, who were easily pleased as they scented. In a confidentially area, Eric kept playing up how Ridge should flash back who he's when he's with Brooke. Eric also participated in a nice discussion with Zend as they watched the fashion show on a near examiner. Zend got plenitude of praise from Eric for staying at Forrester Creations and representing the family during all the preemption drama. Since it was nearly time for the looker, Eric had Elektra and will hunt for Brooke. Katie wound up joining Will and Elektra's quest when she realized Brooke was missing. Steffi also noticed Taylor was missing and quizzed Ridge about her mama's whereabouts. Brooke was in full bloated fear mode as she banged on the door and called for help. Since the room was a vault, Brooke explained that Taylor had locked them in there. Taylor didn't have her phone to call for help, but she claimed she didn't lock them in on purpose and allowed. Brooke was blowing effects out of proportion. At one point, Brooke suggested about wanting to be musketeers or at least grown-ups for the sake of their families. Taylor pushed Brooke to get honest about how she betrayed Ridge by snatching up the CEO gig, no matter how she tried to spin it in the fate. Taylor acted like that permanently altered Ridge's view of Brooke and made a vaticination that nothing would change his mind. Brooke was intimately hoping the looker would fix effects, so she proceeded her sweats to get out of there. Taylor grew decreasingly suspicious of what Brooke was over to before Katie, Will and Electra set up them trapped in the vault. Charlie was called to come deliverance Taylor and Brooke, so he used his key to let them out. Back with Eric, he expressed enterprises about the looker and transferred Ridge to stall on stage. Ridge made a speech and eventually didn't want to fail the crowd, but he suggested they might have to cut the event short. Brooke slipped the looker dress, which looked like the Portofino design with some ultramodern updates. Just when it looked like they might have to skip the looker, Brooke came strutting out and blew Ridge down along with all the guests. Ridge took Brooke's hand as they participated a celebratory moment to limit off the fashion show. Around the corner, Taylor browsed at what was passing on the runway and clearly didn't look pleased about it. Steffi came up behind Taylor and grew concerned about her mama's response. Brooke may be taking a palm stage in her mind, but some bad news is headed her way. Brooke and Carter make a pledge they both can't keep. They talked about how they lost everything because of the Forrester drama. Carter lost hope, while Brooke lost Ridge. They want to get their ex-lovers back. But will it work? Carter and Brooke are in analogous situations. Both of them lost someone they love. They talked about the Forrester Creations shakeup and how it destroyed Brooke's relationship with Ridge. Carter feels confident that Brooke will get her fortune back. He also assured her that she should no way give up. During their discussion, Carter confessed that he was still in love with Hope. Brooke assured him that they could get back together in some way. She knew that her son felt the same way about Carter. Brooke told Carter not give up. Also, both of them made an oath that they would get their spouses back. Brooke is formerly having alternate studies. She latterly told Katie that she considered quitting her job. She can't work at Forrester Creations without her son. Brooke also can't stand seeing Taylor parading around the halls. Does this mean she's eventually giving up on Ridge? Brooke also told Katie that's glad Carter is still fighting for Hope. That could change. Sean also walked into Daphne, putting the moves on Carter. After he left, Brooke told Daphne to stay down from Carter. Carter hasn't denied Daphne's advances. Does he like getting his pride stroked? He might go for the easy answer rather than fight for Hope's heart. Electra has her own oath to keep. She doesn't feel ready to take effects to the coming step with Will. Her Aunt Ivy is impressed with her tone control. She's happy that her bastard stays true to herself and her values. She also assured Electra that Will was crazy about her. After their discussion, Electra returned to Forrester Creations, where she met up with Will. He told her about his run heft with Luna. Will he tell her about Luna luring him? Thankfully, he stuck to his ordinance. But how will Electra reply to this news? Will she stick to her oath once she finds out about Luna's dirty little plan to get into Will's bed?